perform integrated change control. A process falls under monitoring and controlling process group, and one of the important process of project integration management. Now, project integration management is all about integration, and this process is all about integrating all the changes. If you want to change something in time, if you want to delay some activity by 10 days because of whatever reason, it's not like that you can take the decision by looking at your project schedule only. The project integration has to be looked into or taken into account, because that delay of 10 days might delay some procurement related milestone which you have thought or which you have planned in a big project. So whenever you are thinking of a PMBOK or in a PMP, you need to think big. You are not managing a small project of 10 to 15 people. You are managing big project having more than 100 people and distributed teams. And very specialized people are involved in doing time, cost, scoping related activities. So this process is all about integrating the change requests. So you get change requests from various places. I want to delay this activity. I want to increase this particular cost. I want to change this person. All these things has to be integrated, and we need to look the overall impact of these requests on a project before we approve them. So let's see how that happens. Since it's a change, so first we need to know what is the plan. So we need to take a project management plan as an input to this process. Since it's a change, we also need to know where do we stand. If I want to take a consolidated view on a project status, I should know where am I. So work performance report, which came from monitor and control project work. The previous process is required here because it gives me a consolidated status of complete project work. And what else? Change request. Change request coming from various places. Now, this process is all about taking care of this change request. From where are you getting this change request? All controlling processes may be generating change request, all controlling processes. Some of the execution processes may also generate change request. Some of the planning process like procurement may also generate change requests. So these are the requests which I was talking about. I want to change time, I want to replace person, I want to increase the cost of next activities. These all changes are coming and getting feeded to this process as a change request. Our standard input, enterprise environmental factor, and organization process assets are as usual applicable. In case of organization process assets, the configuration management related information and the change control related procedures becomes more focused, because we need to know when we are performing these changes how the configurations are handled and how the change should be managed in an organization. Now we have received change requests. So what do? We have group of people this group is called Change Control Board. Now this group is responsible for analyzing the impact of change request, like I want to change this activity or I want to delay this activity for 10 days because the person who is expected to do this activity is not available for next 10 days. Now this group is expected to take a look on that particular change request and analyze the impact of this particular change on rest of the project. So how do? They put their expert judgment, they have meetings, interactions, they analyze the problem, and they may use some of the change control tools like some automation tool which can help us in checking the impact of one change to other activities, or some automated tool which helps us in managing this workflow of a change request. So we may have a change management tool. Now you may think that I have a very small request. Do I need to follow this big process? Now it depends. in your project management plan, you can declare which type of changes can be approved by project manager, or some type of changes which can be just approved by a respective team leader. They also becomes part of change control report. So we may have a rigor specifying that if change is of this significance, it need to be gone through a board constituting 6 members. If it is of a low rigor or a low priority or low impact change, can be done by a group of 2 or 3 individuals. So it depends the quantum, the impact of the change, and these rules, these guidelines, we have to document in our project management plan. So these guys analyzing the current work, looking at the plan and looking at the request, take the decision. Now what decision they take? As a decision, they may approve the change request. Now once they approve, we get an output called approved change request. Means change has been approved. You can go ahead with it. The second output which gets generated out of this process is change log. Irrespective of approval or rejection, we need to document what all changes has been approved and rejected. A history behind those changes or a discussion information, the reason, the source of those changes has to be documented here. Since we are changing, we may update project management plan, because change may have an impact on a baselines. This particular change, for example, you find that you cannot finish this project in a remaining budget and you ask for more funds, more budget for your project. And if that change get approved, you get a new cost baseline, because now you have more budget for finishing the same project. So it may change the project management plan. Project documents related to issue list or risks may get updated as an output of this discussion and analysis which is coming from integrated change control. Now, when we are saying perform integrated change, any request which is coming from respective process, control process of a knowledge area has to go through this process so that the people, again integration team, can look the holistic view, can take the holistic view on a recommended change.